so today we got to do some inner tie rods on a 4runner. So for all my couch potato mechanics, we got a video for you. If you want to learn a couple things today, I'm sure in the comments you guys will tell me what I'm doing wrong, but I really won't give a fuck. I've been doing this since I was 19 years old, and the people sitting on the couch always tell me what I'm doing wrong, so I figure I'll continue to do what I do while they talk shit from the sidelines. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is pretty simple, straightforward. Start out by installing those. Make sure your little washers are inside. If not, you probably will get sued when the customer comes back. Yeah, it's pretty good to make sure that everything's done right when you're doing mechanic work. See how fast we can do this. I think I could get this one done probably 20 minutes or so. So right here, this is a little different from what you're probably used to, but I like using this tool because it gives me a lot of strength and it can fit in almost anywhere as long as I have room. So from here, I can just start turning it. Well, maybe if I got it right. 1 point for the couch mechanics. You guys can talk shit all you want. Make sure you guys comment. I'll definitely respond to some of these. So that way we can have fun with it. Get a nice little pull right there. We're good to go. That's nice and tight now. Get the hammer. As you can see, I got a carpenter's hammer. They come in handy sometimes in mechanic shops, but not often. Make sure you tighten down these tabs. That way it doesn't move. So there we go. We got the first step done. Next step are these boots. We'll pull out the zip ties. There we go. Got that nice and firmly on there. Actually, these fit kind of loose, so actually popping on pretty easy. Normally, they're tighter than a frog's ass. But what can you do? All right. We got some new jam nuts. I said nuts. So since we couldn't take the other ones off and they were seized, I have to kind of guess what we're doing here. So usually with these, you can go about 16 turns, 17 turns, and you'll be fine. They are marked right and left. So we're gonna pop this on. Alright, so I did 17 turns. I think that'll be about right. We'll do the same thing to the other side. First we'll install a jam nut. So originally this car came in, there was oil leaking down from the valve cover. We replaced the valve cover gaskets, but it ate the seals, well not the seals, but the bushings here, here, and here. So we had to replace the steering rack bushings on this one. So from there, now we're just installing new outer tie rods, because I noticed when I brought it in to do the steering rack bushings, the tie rods were actually moving a little bit. So yeah, sometimes they're stiff, so to where you don't mess up the threads, you can just put the bolt on a little bit and then smack it. Makes it a little easier to go into the slot on the actual steering knuckle. And there we go. That is done. And we're just gonna tighten it. Alright, before I was rudely interrupted by a fellow technician asking for change, I was working on this, so let me get back to this. We'll try this again. Hopefully they leave me alone while I'm doing my videos. I'm trying to make like infinity videos, you know? Alright, let's see. Got this going in. There we go. There we go. Alright, so we aren't going to adjust anything really. We're only going to tighten the top nuts up. See, I said nuts again. And that way we can align it right after we're done with this part. So let me see, I'm guessing this is about a 19, maybe even a 21. Might even be bigger than that. Yeah, might even be a 22. So nuts. Alright, thanks to my trusty Milwaukee tools, we always have a good day here. Alright, there we go. This part is done. Next part, we'll put the tires on and get it off this band, move it over to that alignment rack right there. Here, let me show you how to properly torque these wheels down. Alright, this one We got the off-road tires, even though we live on flatland in South Florida. I guess just in case he has to go through a puddle. Let's see. So guys, he didn't torque down those lug nuts properly. Coming from the guy who changes the tire on his boyfriend's car. All right, so finished product. It just hit the floor. We're gonna pull it over to the alignment rack and give it a good alignment. For the year of this car, it's actually in great shape. People love these cars in South Florida. I'm sure they love them everywhere. But yeah, it's definitely a classic Toyota 4Runner. We work on a lot of these here, but people love them. I'm not crazy about them just because I like newer stuff, but it's a part of history.